So those changes, all those people should have these ones. This, go ahead on, this next thing I had, Mary put this on, did they exceed the amount that we thought it should be, or was we needing an okay on it?
In November of 2012, you all made a motion to buy all the volunteer fire departments emergency generator in case of emergency, they had generator. Well, Hart's Volunteer Fire Department had already purchased one. So in that meeting, you all discussed that they could purchase a ice maker machine, so they could use that. And the total was the total was $6,500 is what you approved. Their ice maker was $5,451. So they have $1,049 excess. That was also, I guess, discussed in that meeting, that they could use that to set up the wiring and things in the ice maker. None of that's actually on in record in the minutes or anything. It's just, you know, we have all of the invoices and purchase orders.
Well, I can remember that, I mean, us discussing that, I mean, that was what we decided to do. Is there, did they go exceed that amount that we approved? So basically, the reason I brought this up is to make sure that the commission approved of what we've done here with this, because I know that's what we did agree to do, the way I understand it. So,
I thought they had exceeded, but we went back at $6,500 is what you all paid for each generator. So then.
It's within that amount. So I'd probably just like a motion that we go ahead and recognize that this money was used for the ice maker and putting it in instead of the generator. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, yes? All right. Thank you.
The next one was Amanda Ledman, but she called this morning and said she wouldn't be able to make it. The next is a request for Magistrate Tully for renovations to her office. Some are as simple as just a new door lock, and then it goes to.
I'd like, if we could, we'll go ahead and let Judge Tully know that we're trying to find out when we're going to get the windows and things fixed. And once those are done, we'll address this for her, okay? And you're going to get in contact with Williamson and find out?
Yes, yes.
Is that okay with you guys? That's-
The next one is a request to renovate the county clerk's office by Gerald Baker.
I submitted a letter for renovations. We need to have some countertops redone in the record room. In the front office, we need the countertop redone, and I'd like to get some of the wood laminate flooring and put in the back area where the employees are. The carpet in there is about 20 years old, so I'd like to have some new flooring back there. Went ahead and got estimates. The two estimates should be in the folder. One's for flooring and one is for countertop replacement. It's actually going to be, we're going to work off the existing countertop in there, and then we're going to build an extra counter down the back wall. The countertop is $5,750, and for the flooring, it's depending on the actual cost of what the materials will be. I checked a medium grade is what I picked out, so like $3.25 or something a square foot, and that made the estimate $3,810 on the flooring. But I was actually at Lowe's today, and there's flooring there you can get it for $1.99 a square. So that estimate might be a little bit high on that. It might actually be a little bit less than what they're going to do. But basically, right now it's 30. I'm asking for $3,810 and $5 for the flooring and $5,750 for the countertop. two countertops, or the countertops in the records room, that's not included in any of the asking us because, the countertops back there are pitched, and that contractor could not do that type of countertop. We'll have to get the people that actually make the record room countertops to replace the countertops on those.
So what's the total now?
Uh,
95, 100, ballpark stuff. Yeah, sorry.
Does, I mean, is this something we want to bid out, guys?
What we do in the other office?
What did we do in the assessor's office?
In the
Sheriff's
He,
office?
I think that's what he did.
He did, didn't
He bid that out. He got 3 bids. And went with, I think he did this Williamson.
Williamson
Contracting.
said who did assessors.
Yeah, he's the one that done the assessor's office
And the
too,
sheriff.
and we did end up
He
getting
did the
bids.
sheriff's office as
He
well.
did the
He was the
sheriff's
one that ended up being cheaper anyway, that's
Yeah.
why I had him come in and get the estimate.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I just think we ought to maintain, our protocol of asking for bids for this, especially when it gets around $10,000. Any amount of money, I think like that, the significant amount of money, we ought to go ahead and ask if there's anybody. And Mr. Williams has been lucky enough and does a good enough job of getting those things. But I do think that when we do these type things, we ought to put these jobs up for bid. And then, and I know that costs us a little bit more, but I do think that lets people that may be deciding on where to get into these kind of work and things like that, to see that these kind of jobs do come open, so that they would have that as potential for some income in the future. So, if it's okay, Commissioner, I'll ask for a motion to go ahead and bid this job out.
I'll move.
I say.
Is that all it is? Is that all right, you there?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
The next on the agenda is flags for Veterans Cemetery. Mr. McCain brought this in, well, someone gave it to you,
Yeah.
right? To put a flag on all veterans' graves throughout the county.
Memorial Weekend.
And it looks like, I didn't do this figure, someone else did this here, it looks like the total is $999.25.
We've done part of it, not the whole thing. We've done part of
What is there a motion by the Commissioner to do so?
I
it.
move.
I'll say.
Is that all it is?
Yes.
How much you say it was, 900?
$999.25. The next on the agenda is East Lincoln County Crime Watch. Do you want, the letter that she gave me last week, do you want to talk about it, or?
Well, if you would, please. She's not here.
Okay.
She takes care of all that.
Okay, it basically looks like they, recently became a 501c3, picked up that status, and they're asking for financial assistance in the amount of $2,000 to reimburse for the attorney fee for filing for 501c3, the $400 for the IRS fee for the 501c3, and $600 general fund for gas cards. Sorry, I missed that one. That's for, where they make their runs during the month, they receive a $25 gift card following the month to help defray the cost of gas. So that's what they're asking for. The total is $2,000, so.
We need to do that to get us off park and recreation on the checkbook.
Right, they filed to become a 501c3 to not be with Lincoln County Parks and Recreation FEN number.
So basically, you're separating out from Parks and Rec.
They want us to, and
Okay.
that's what we're doing.
Will all crime watches be able to do it?
No, the lawyer said that's not for all. It'd be too easy. Yeah, that's just for the east. So that's one of the questions I remember, and I asked. Well, the banking account would have to be
Well,
all
that's what I was
banks.
saying,
So
before.
the crime
Have an account, but not even allocate that for this.
would be a good idea, you couldn't really do it.
Because we can take it out.
Because all the money got to go into a lump sum, then you have to, all the crime watch would have to combine.
And you all be fussing at one another saying you didn't get
Right,
your
yeah.
fair share.
Well,
That's why,
How many crime
that's why
watches?
they
do you have?
advise you that way.
We got three.
Three crime
Three
watches.
groups. Are there 3 Crown Watch groups? 4, Big Ugly, I
Big
guess.
Ugly and
Yeah.
Do they operate under Parks and Rec also?
We don't have any contact with them.
Okay.
We don't know for sure.
The only thing we're looking at as far as whether we're going to have to duplicate this with all the crime watch groups or not, would make a lot more sense if we could get it done with a countywide, set up that way, where you wouldn't have to wind up, every county watch have to go through and put up, $1,000 attorney fees and $600, but, I would think that, even, I know Mr. Gabart's busy, but he maybe would give us some direction.
We've been trying like 4 years to get this done.
Right, right. Have you guys already spent this money?
Yes, we've done,
Okay, okay.
lawyers, we've done.
I would like to ask Mr. Gayhart about the situation, to see
But there
if,
won't really be a way to control that money that's in the account because there'll be 4 accounts.
They could just use the tax number.
well, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know who the lawyer was you talked to, so I don't know what he was.
Salmons?
Okay, yeah.
Ron?
Yeah, Salmons works here,
Yeah.
yeah. But I would think that, we know, I don't know why I don't understand. I just don't want to have a duplication of having to pay monies to attorneys to be able to set this up. If we're all going to have to do that, that's fine, we need to do that, we need to work on the plan for that. But I don't really know right now, but I think what I would like to do, I think you guys need to get your money back, okay? And I think we can do that. But what I would like to do, I would like to ask the prosecutor to look into to see if there's some way that we can set this up for the whole county so that we don't have to have all you guys going through this situation. Because to me, it's much the same as I used to think about the ambulance service when we first set it up. If we had centralized billing and things like that, and, it just makes more sense to me than it would be to have everybody doing their own billing and things like that. And, but if it would be okay with the commission, I'd like to approach the prosecutor and ask him about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
also you got to consider, if you set up this account for 4 crime watches, ours is the biggest. These others only got 4 members, 5, 6 members. So are they gonna draw the money that's in our account, same as,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
you're right. The thing you gotta realize is when you take tax money to pay for things, then everybody has to benefit from it. You can't have just one group or this or that.
We work at sales,
But-
sales, different things,
Right.
get our money besides what you all give us.
Right, I understand that, and that money's yours. That's what I'm saying. We're not gonna come in and take your monies that you all get from fundraisers or whatever. That's not the reason we're doing this. What we're trying to do is save the people of the county, these $2,000 fees for each crime watch if we're gonna have to do that. And I don't know we're gonna have to, and it may just be in your case we have to, but to me, I'm looking at, what's best down the road, how we can monitor these things and things like that, because, just as with our community centers, we're gonna look at those things, and see, make sure that everything's being done right with them and things, so, like I say, I don't have a problem in what you guys have done and getting your money back, but I would like to ask the prosecutor before we go ahead with it,
Okay.
just to see if he can figure out some way that we can maybe save money in the future for the other groups.
Well, but do you want the commission to consider the $600 separate? Do you need that now, I guess I'm asking?
For gas,
Is it- Or is that just,
We're not asking.
No, we're not taking
Okay.
this right now. So,
yeah, but we'll put it on the agenda for next time.
Okay.
And we'll deal with it then, but in the meantime, I'll talk with the prosecutor, see if we can, see where the other crime watches are. And I do agree, the ones that are functioning, we need to keep them functioning. Those that aren't functioning, we need to get them to working. And I know that's a problem in some areas, so, in doing this, maybe we can help that too, because I think it's good to expose, like you say, you don't ever talk to the other guys and all this, but you guys have a successful operation in what you're doing. It might be good if these other guys did talk to you a little bit.
So you come to the commission.
Well, I'm kind of thinking that's what we need to do. Maybe all the crime watches need to come together once every 3 or 4 months and maybe even meet with the commission and let's see what your guys' needs are and things like that. Because I do think it's important, because you guys maybe do something that's really good over there that they're not even thinking about up in Hearts or whatever. So, it's just something, way to think of it, and when I talk with once I talk with the prosecutor, then we'll deal with this next meeting, if that's okay with you guys.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, the next one is the Praise Assembly of God requesting a donation. They've written a letter in. They offer a senior luncheon on the second and fourth Friday at 12 noon, and it serves 70 to 90 people. So they have volunteers for their church who offer their time to come in and help the outreach ministry to the community. So the church, so basically they're just asking for a donation, but it doesn't specify how much or the amount that they're asking. They just wanted to know if we would provide a donation to them.
Commissioners have anything for me? It's just been from history, we have, I think we've donated to our food banks every year that the churches work with the food banks and things of that nature. And I don't know that, what I would like to do is, and I'm not trying to put too much on Jim Gabehart, but this is one of those situations where I think I would like to ask that this be tabled till I can talk with him and see about the legality of giving it to a religious organization, because I think there may be some problems there may be a problem with that. Although we do help in other instances where religious organizations are involved, it may be a problem in giving it just to one place over another and things of that nature. So if I could, I'll ask for a motion to table this till I talk with the prosecutor.
I move for second.
Next on the agenda item is the payroll, and I just wanted to bring it to the attention of the commission that Darrell and I talked with the other commissioners about the need to kind of shore up our payroll system. I've looked at the information that Mr. Baker's office has given us, and I've also asked for some other information. But I just wanted to let the commission know that what I'm trying to do is set up a process that's workable in other counties that would allow us better accountability in our payroll system, to where, as it is right now, sometimes we sign off on days worked before they ever work them. And I want to make sure that we're signing off on days worked after people work, and make sure that we have a sufficient amount of time between the end of the payroll period till the checks are actually dispersed, to where we can get accurate information on those checks and to make sure that people have worked during those payroll periods and things of that nature. I don't think this is a problem, other than it causes problems with bookkeeping, and I don't, and sometimes it causes a problem with us having to sign off on time sheets that haven't incurred to actually work the time. So what we're going to do is go to a system that allows us to do everywhere else I've worked, is that you basically work the time out, and then there's a time period to prepare the checks, and then you get dispersed either the next week or the next Friday, whatever. So that's what we're going to be looking at. The reason I want to bring it to the commission, because there may be some problems with individuals only getting paid for 1 week or something of that nature, because once we go, as of right now, payroll period like this week ended on the 30th, and we paid that day. And it's really hard to get that information in on the day that the pay period ends and disperse checks from that information. And I think it's a lot better accounting-wise if we go to the route I'm talking about, and make sure that we have that built into it. Right. There has to be a time period between the end of the payroll period to when you can disperse the checks. I don't know what that has to be, but we're going to check with the other counties and see, because all that information can't be gotten that day and put in the computers, and the checks cut that day and goes into people's account and things. We really need to be able to have a payroll ending on a Friday or whatever day, and then have a 5 to 7 day period after that, which will allow us to get this information, make sure it's correct, and then go ahead and disperse the checks in.
The next one is a laptop computer for the sheriff's, for the government part of the office. We purchased a laptop for the assessor's office and the sheriff's office February 2012. We had the computer guy look at it. The motherboard is gone in it, and it's an off-brand, so it's just as cheap to purchase a new computer. They use it when they take it to Farrellsburg and to McCorkle. So he got a quote from Software Systems. That's the company that also would have to put the software on it. So they quoted for an HP ProBook notebook. But Janet didn't get how much it would cost to put the software on, but the total estimate here was $668.99. I called Best Buy today to see the exact same laptop, what the cost was there. It's $542 there, and it's $599 at Software System. So by the time we bought one at Best Buy and then shipped it to Software Systems for them to put the same program on, it's essentially just as cheap to buy it from Software Systems and have them put the program on it.
And this is what he uses when they go to Farrellsburg to.
Yes.
Is there a motion to go ahead with this?
Motion.
Is that an all yes?
Yes.
In the unfinished business and possible action, we got a letter from K&S Lawn Care regarding additional services outside of mowing. They said that like mulching and trimming hedges